On behalf of me and the fellas for Crew Golf, we would like to thank our sponsors listed below for helping us make this dream come a reality. Master's jacket and everything hot. Yeah.
I quit. I quit.
What's up, everybody? I had to have a little bit of fun with this. I'm bored, but I've been up all day. This is episode 8 of Crew Golf. Wesley here leading the charge, and alongside with me, as always, are Beavis and Butthead. You guys can figure out who's who.
Yeah, I'm Colt. Still semi-crappy at golf.
And I'm Ryan, and I need no further introduction.
See, he's not going to do it ever again because we asked him to do it the last episode.
I gotta
He's
keep
never
it,
gonna
gotta
do
keep
it.
it fresh. Gotta keep it light and fresh.
Oh, really? And then I'm getting grief about the green jacket at my entrance. You guys are ready to quit over that, but you won't say that you're Ryan and I'm crappy at golf?
I can smell the velvet from here.
Hypocrisy. No, that's not velvet. That's brute cologne. So I want to get it. So this is obviously the post episode this is the first episode post Masters, and I want to not really, because it's post Masters. I don't want to talk about the Masters. I want to talk about post Masters, and I want to know what you guys think are the odds percentage, if you will. First off, before we do that, Ryan, the neck, everything all good?
That's okay. It's loosening up.
So is it just, was it
like I don't remember what old girl's name is. I can't fucking whip my hair back and forth yet, but but I can pardon my language.
It was Will Smith's daughter.
Yeah, Willow. No, what is her name?
Willow. Yeah.
Oh, is it Willow? Yeah. I can't whip my hair back and forth yet, but I can, I can do.
So is it this
motion.
or was it like
it was everything.
So you were just kind of like this all day?
Front, back, left, right. I couldn't turn. It was like, yes. Monday, so it happened Saturday night.
Yeah.
Or Saturday sometime. And then, so Saturday night when we went to bed before we had to go to the next day tournament there, I 2.5 hours of sleep, maybe. I went to bed at 11.
So wait, you were fine Saturday then?
No.
Most of the day.
Your adrenaline's pumping.
Yeah, probably.
So you guys only played Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah.
And you did something on Saturday where it's kind of like, oh, and then adrenaline kicked in. You didn't know that it was going to be as bad as it was.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like you're trying to go to bed and the adrenaline obviously cooled off. And then all of a sudden pain kicks in. And then you went 2.5 hours, 3 hours of sleep. And then...
Couldn't every time I had to adjust.
I imagine. Yeah, of course. Okay. All right. So that's all I was wondering. So I just thought a neck update was appropriate.
Keeping your body.
Well, because I mean, obviously,
sucks, dude.
Obviously, we don't release our playing episode until after people are gonna hear this. So for those of you that don't know, Ryan's not gonna be golfing with us this week because he just was unable to move his neck. So. That's why he wasn't there.
It would have been very painful swinging a golf club, I feel like.
Well, could you how do I phrase this? Would involuntary moves, would that have caused you pain? So if you're driving a golf cart, would you have been like, ah?
I don't know. I think the issue would have been if I was driving a golf cart, right, and I saw something, I'm going to want to
look.
Hey, look at that, right? And I'm going to want to only turn my head or whatever, and then that would have hurt. Yeah, but
I gotcha.
Sunday, one of the guys on the team had they had one of those massage guns, and I massaged it out for 20 minutes before our game, and it was manageable.
Did you play Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I feel like Colt said you didn't play Sunday?
No, he did.
I sat a game.
He sat the first game. The other pitcher was getting trounced.
In the second game.
Game. So they needed to do something to switch it up. They don't have any other pitchers besides Ryan.
Yeah.
So
Ryan just kind of like.
Yeah, I just sucked it up.
Here you go. Not even watching where the ball gets hit, just kind of like, all right, cut to.
what are those things in video games? They stand straight up and down, like they just stand straight up and down, like they hop. They can't they don't move their necks. What is that, dude?
A bot?
I was gonna say an NPC is the only thing that's coming to my head, but like I think he's thinking of it.
No, the Wii Sports characters.
Oh,
like he's out here not being able to move. Whenever
so
he's turning, his whole body.
When his body turns, his head goes with it. Like there's nothing.
Yeah.
The Mii's. That's what they are.
Okay.
The Mii's.
All right. So I just wanted to get a quick neck update for those that are gonna, obviously see on Saturday that Ryan's not there. So that's why, because we only really said that his neck was bothering him. And again, not in a neck brace, which bums me out, but whatever. Okay, so going back, Postmasters, I want to talk Postmasters about that. What do you guys firmly believe are the odds that Scottie could get a Grand Slam all within a year?
I don't know.
Because he only had, okay, so I'll listen. So he only has a Masters. He hasn't won the U.S. Open, the Open Championship, or the PGA Championship. He doesn't have any of those, but he's won the Masters twice. So as hot as he is right now, if he can stay hot, the PGA Championship's in May, middle of May. The U.S. Open, which is like the British Open, is middle of June. And then the Open Championship's the middle of July.
I just don't. I not because I'm a hater of the guy, because I think he's obviously a great golfer.
World number one golfer. Just putting that out there.
I just think that like how hard golf is to continuously be like, yes, he's hot, right? But Colin Morikawa was playing really well. Max Homa was playing really well. Oberg was playing really well. That Ludwig kid was. I mean, he wasn't projected to do much of anything.
The funny thing is like it's like people who didn't really know or watch. It's like everyone thinks that he came out of nowhere. Ludwig. It's like, oh my god, where's this guy? Like he beat us not single handedly, because I'd say it was more Victor, or Hovland, but like Udberg, he had played very well in the Ryder Cup against us. Played very well. So it's not like everyone's like, oh, where'd this kid come from? It's like he just
played. The thing is like what Scottie did right was playing every hole the correct way.
Yeah.
If you just play like the way the Masters, after watching a full Masters week, right?
Yeah.
For the first time ever. I've always used to watch like the Sunday.
Yeah.
I was never really that into golf.
Yeah.
But when you watch like a full weekend and they move the holes, obviously every day, you see that like on hole 12, if you are aiming anywhere, it's just middle of the green. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't hit the ball anywhere else but the middle of the green. Let it hit, and just take your three.
Yeah.
And get out. And that's what Scottie was doing. I felt like most of the weekend he wasn't going for the hero shot like some guys were doing. Obviously, if you're down a lot,
he managed his round very well. Playing it and managing it are two different things.
Yeah.
Because you can play terribly, but if you're able to manage your terrible golf, you can somehow manage to salvage par. He obviously played well, but he also managed it very well. Like you said, he wasn't going for slam dunks and hero shots and risking it like, oh man, I should have just played the safe shot and got on and trusted my putting. Like the way Scottie was. He wasn't trying to stick it like this close and have a amazing shot.
I just don't know if there's a hole that you can stick it that close.
In the Masters there really isn't.
Like watching how the greens was an absolute, lack of a better word, shit show.
Yeah.
I don't know how people are able to play that with like you see guys just tap a ball and they're 40 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
They just tap it and it goes 47 feet away past the hole. It was insane.
So then you're saying it's not that you don't like his odds. You just think that maybe one of those three tournaments, someone will probably either give him a run for his money or will win.
Yeah, I just think It's just so tough to do it I think he'll end up getting it eventually. Like I don't think there's anything
So
stopping him from getting it.
you just don't think he'll get it in this year?
Yeah, I think it'll take quite some time, a couple years for him to get it. But I think he does get it, obviously.
For the Grand Slam, do you have to win? What is it, 4?
There's
Four tournaments?
Grand Slam. So yeah.
Do you have to win them all in the same year?
No. It's just once you have all 4, it's like you've completed the Grand Slam.
The same thing in tennis.
I don't see it happening in a year.
In 1 year.
Has anyone ever done it?
I think Tiger did.
I was gonna say I know
it.
somebody that has done it.
Tiger's the only one to do it. I think he did it in was it 05? 04?
I'll look it up right now. Let me see here. Grand Slam. Please tell me you're showing me freaking tennis. PGA Grand Slam. Let me specify. Steffi Graf. I'm like, okay. Okay, so the Grand Slam in professional golf is winning all of golf's major championships in the same calendar year. The only player who has accomplished this feat is Bobby Jones in 1930, winning the 4 major tournaments in that era. The problem is this is pre-Masters. This is pre-Masters Grand Slam. So what they've done since, because it says the British Amateur, the British Amateur, the British Open, United States Open, and United States Amateur. But since then, they have changed that, and it's no longer that. So let me see. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so in 1953, Ben Hogan won the Masters, the U.S. Open, and the Open, but it was impossible for him to win all 4 as the latter tournament dates overlap with the PGA Championship. Thankfully, he had already won that in 1946, giving him a career Grand Slam, not the yearly Grand Slam. Ben Hogan remains the only player to have won the Masters, the U.S. Open, and the Open in the same calendar year. So it sounds as if, though, maybe let me see. It's said, however, one player in the modern era has come close. In 2000, Tiger Woods finished 5th in the Masters, but then won the year's remaining 3 majors, and then he won the Masters the following year. So he kind of like had an overlapping one. To win the Masters and to win all 4 majors in 365 days, that became known as the Tiger Slam. Let me see. By that point was okay, yeah. So the career Grand Slam, missing majors. Let me see here. Masters top. Okay, so Lee Trevino, he needed the Masters. Byron Nelson, Raymond Floyd also missed out by winning the Open. Phil Mickelson can still get his, but he'd have to overcome the U.S. Open to do so. And then let me see. We have Rory McIlroy and Jordan Spieth are most likely to winning it. They're only one major shy of the career Grand Slam. So career Grand Slam and the yearly Grand Slam, if that's what you want to call it, are basically 2 different things. So let me specify that. But I think if I'm going to be optimistic, yet I'm also going to be a realist. I would say that, in my opinion, I think it'll be like 20% chance that he does all 4 in 1 year.
Because the only one, if I'm not mistaken, the only one that Rory's chasing is the Masters, and it's not been close yet, unfortunately.
Now, I know there was a lot of talk saying that, like, oh, Rory's big, and I've said it. I said it in the episode on Saturday, or I will say it. Rory's biggest deal is like it's in his head. Everything else, like he's not like, And I want to reiterate that while it is in his head, I don't think it's the Masters that's in his head. Like the tournament itself, in my opinion, everyone has been saying, man, his swing's gotten so much better. Like he hits the crap out of the golf or whatever. I think Rory's problem is his swing, and don't let me, someone who doesn't know what they're doing, whatever. But if you watch the swing Like I've watched his. I went back and I saw it on today on YouTube. Again, I've been up since 8 o'clock. If you watch his swing from like I would say a few years ago till now, he's got so much more torque on it because he's trying to gain strokes by adding yardage. And that's great and all. But if you watch his swing from when he was like younger, he had a lot more like finesse on his shot where he was able to like play it and be able like, yeah, I want to put it like if you look it up on YouTube, Rory used to be able to put a washing machine out on the driving range and chip into the open door of the washer. Like that's as accurate as you can be. And he not saying he can't do that anymore, probably still could, but like it seems like his swings are different. And that's and I understand obviously you have to evolve to keep continuing to getting better, which is fine, but I feel like what you just said about how no one's going to be able to like drop darts at the Masters. It's hard. The greens aren't meant to be that way and everything else. And I think that Rory's this is just my personal opinion watching it and seeing the change. Don't let me state that I'm a master of what I know. I think his biggest problem is that he's lost finesse, if you will, in his iron game because of him trying to gain so much yardage. It's tough to get because he has to. You have to take your whole swing from driver down everywhere, minus like the wedges and your short irons where you have your touch, but you have that that's with your swing. You're going to get it. You have to have that in your irons as well. Like you can't just, I want to have a normal, 90% swing as opposed to 100. Like you have your full swing. I just think that his iron game is not as good as it used to be. And he's even said it. He's even said like, I just don't have my irons. And if you saw after day 2, I think it was day 3, like he was out at the range working on his stuff till like nighttime. They showed him it was like 10 o'clock at night. He was still at the range trying. So I think he's in his own head because he knows like he's changed things and he's trying to figure it out. So, but he's still young. He's got time. I just think it's just going to be hard. That's just what I saw.
I'll reiterate, and Ryan may agree with me on this. I think that if you're an amateur and you're playing in, doesn't matter if you're amateur or not, you're playing in the Masters, you qualify for the Masters, you should get paid. I could give 2 craps less if you're an amateur, whatever. One amateur made the cut. He should be getting money. He should be getting paid for that.
What if you're an amateur, you can't get paid anything?
Paid at all.
Does
Nothing.
everybody get paid? Minus the amateurs?
It's not like the way Live is, where like, oh, we just want you to come out and compete and see if you win. You're going to get paid regardless.
Yeah. Do you got to play a certain way, or?
I mean, yeah, but amateurs, it doesn't matter where they place; they don't get paid.
In the Masters, everybody gets paid.
But it's not okay. Yes, but it's not like it's not. It is obviously the top whatever are, but like it's
after the cut. After the cut, it's $10,000.
It's guaranteed 10.
Yeah. But after that, I think Woods made $40,000 as the cut man. Like since he made the cut and he finished last, essentially, from the cut, he made $40,000.
But that kid doesn't get anything.
That kid, yeah, he placed 3 positions ahead of that at 57th, tied for 57th or whatever,
and he didn't get anything. Didn't get any money. And I think that's, like I said, and I was trying to explain to Colt, like
that sucks.
It's because you're an amateur, and it's because you haven't declared your pro status. It's like money stuff, and you can't until you go pro, you can't get money for certain situations. Now,
so what about the guy who won last week, the week before that, the dude who won the amateur tournament to make the Masters? Like if he had to win,
that's a different scenario. You're playing in the amateur tour. Your amateur tour is different than the PGA tour
because you have to have a certain card.
Yes, you have to have a certain yes. They have an amateur card and you have a tour card. Yes, and it's kind of where it's like you can't. I believe if that kid would have won if he would have won the Masters, had the best 4 days of his career, and he wins, then he's allowed to get paid. But you can't get paid just for playing if you're an amateur.
Now, my other question is,
because if you win, it's like, you mean to tell me I won and all I get's a coat, like, and then I have to pay for the next year's meal and everything out of my own pocket? I might as well go pro and then whatever. But no, if he won the Masters, I'm 98% sure he is allowed to receive the prize money for that, for winning. But you can't get it as like a parting gift, if you will.
so the other question then, which I think I forgot now at talking. Darn, it'll come back.
Ryan, just so you know, it's because you weren't there, but we did discuss that we wanted to wear white shirts today, but you weren't there, so you didn't know, so it's fine.
This is gray, so
whatever. We said lack of for on my screen, white, gray, black. So white, gray, dark gray, but whatever. But yeah, no. So and then speaking,
I know what my question is.
Okay, then go ahead.
If you say, because I saw that like Homa, Morikawa, and somebody else or Homa and Morikawa tied.
Yes,
it's their money together split.
Yep.
Correct. Okay, so it's the sum of all of it.
Yeah,
split into two.
So it's the sum of, so like they tied for what, third, I think.
Second and third. Yeah,
they tied for third. Or no, because
Oberg was the second place person.
Okay, so then maybe they tied for third. So it would be third and fourth place money put together, split evenly.
That's why they both made 1.04.
Yes. Yep. So it's like, dang.
Cool,
yeah, I mean, because if you think about it, it's like they tied for third, and whoever would have been obviously one stroke off would have been in fourth place. So just take them, put them together, and then split it.
I'm just trying to figure out how they did the money with that, because I know obviously you can't tie to win it.
Yeah,
you have to go to playoff holes, but after that.
But when it comes to being in the places that it doesn't really matter if you say, yeah, you basically add it up and then divide it by 2.
I want to get Ryan's take on the Masters at all this past weekend.
And I do have another thing. This will be the idiocy of us. Did you guys see that kid's? You could go ahead and ask Ryan the question, but did you guys see that kid's interview after the Masters? He was done playing.
Yeah, they asked him what Tiger Woods gave him, and he looked right at the guy. He goes, that guy goes,
nothing. I really feel like that note. Or whatever he gave him. They said it was a note. And there was like paper on it.
Tiger's money, guaranteed. I guarantee that's what it is. I guarantee you gave him the prize.
I would really hope that that's the case, because like, at what point, what freaking money does Tiger need?
What $40,000 does Tiger Woods need?
It's fucking chump change to him. But I would hope that's the case. But like, it's either that.
He's like, nothing.
Like it was the most like. Bruh, like it's something that you shouldn't have done, and you mean to tell me that kid? Now again, he may be the most upstanding, whatever kind of individual you want to call it. You mean to tell me that kid's never done something he shouldn't have done? And when you get confronted about it, was it you that did it? No, like come on, dude, like you got to be a little more, whatever about it.
He had to have looked at his caddy, right?
They said it was the tournament official.
Oh,
yeah. They say he looked at the Masters tournament official, and they didn't say what the Masters tournament official said, but I'm assuming it was. And he was just like, nothing.
I
don't know, but
I guarantee you it was his purse.
I didn't even think about that. That's actually probably the most probable reason you don't say anything, because then
you get in trouble.
And then on top of that, you got to think about it. If it's Tiger's check and he endorsed it to the kid, that kid can wait until he goes pro to cash it.
Well, he could endorse him in the first place. Like, be like, listen, I want you to be the first person to wear Sunday red or whatever else.
But the problem with that is that it's where the check would come from. So, like, the only way it would really work where the kid can't get busted is if Tiger was to write his own check to him and then give it to him. He'd be squared. I just want to give the kid $40,000 as a gift. Like, what, or compensatory gift for playing with me or whatever. Okay, fine. But the fact it can't come from the Masters to Tiger and then it gets endorsed to him, because then it's basically as if the kid did get money for participating. So
that was 100%.
I didn't even think about that it could be Tiger's money, which is
I-
very plausible.
I guarantee it is his money.
I didn't even
But
think about that.
now back to Ryan.
Yeah,
what
go
did
ahead,
you
sorry.
think? What did you think about like watching your? I'm not gonna say full Masters because we didn't get to watch all day Saturday, but like I watched it all the way to Kansas City. On Friday, I watched it all day Thursday. Some Saturday, whenever we weren't playing, and then most of the final round Sunday after we got done playing. What was your first thoughts on like actually starting to become a golfer and like watching them play?
I'll be honest with you. Saturday and Sunday I didn't watch. I watched a little bit Thursday, and I watched a little bit Friday morning. I did see, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but after round 1, old Bryson DeChambeau, wasn't he winning? Wasn't he
Yeah.
-6?
He was seven under.
-7, and it was like
-7 is when he finished.
and people were like
It was
shocked.
To be honest with you, it was a very impressive -7 under because the winds were like 30 plus miles an hour apparently.
Yeah, the wind was crazy. So hold on a second. So I saw that after the first round he was leading, and I was like, okay. And then he kind of proceeded to, I don't want to say have a meltdown, but it obviously didn't go well for him after the first round.
I think he placed fifth.
he played. No, I think he placed in the top 10. He
Did he?
played very well. He played very well because after I think he finished plus. Well, sorry, he finished the second round +1, so he only went back down to -6. He lost 1 stroke after 2 rounds, and I'm pretty sure he was still leading the tournament.
He ended, I believe. I think he ended the tournament 3 under.
I'll
to
look.
place
I'll
to
pull
place,
it. I'll pull it up
place
and
the
I'll
top
look.
10. And but yeah,
Go ahead.
continue. I was gonna say live golfers. That's been all the thing that's been talked about the last couple of days.
Bryson finished tied for 6 with -2, and he tied with Cameron Smith.
Okay.
That guy looks like a partier, by the way.
He
so
totally looks like he's in a frat.
Yes.
with that, I also read, and I'd like to know your guys' thoughts
Okay.
as it pertains to Bryson DeChambeau. Maybe you guys read it as well. Bryson DeChambeau has 3D printed
Clubs.
irons. Or is it clubs in general?
No,
I thought it was
clubs
just
in general.
irons.
No, it is non-putter. It might just be irons and wedges.
I think it's irons and wedges, not driver and not putter.
Because his driver is also because they didn't get. I know what you're probably going through here. They had to get approved.
Well, okay. Now you're stepping on my toes here. You're stepping in what I'm
Okay,
What
go
you're
ahead.
alluding to. No, go ahead.
Okay.
It's fine.
So he's got
Okay.
3D printed. We're just gonna say clubs. We're gonna be generic.
Okay.
So he's got 3D printed clubs, which allegedly, I read that the face, there's some kind of like bulge or something. I feel like I read to help with like ball striking and forgiveness and something like that. And they got approved. So the tournament started Thursday, obviously, and I want to say they got approved like Tuesday afternoon. So like very, very close
To the
to the
deadline.
Masters, to the deadline. So, what are your thoughts?
Cool.
What are your thoughts?
Okay, so obviously he's going through a different route. Like he wants to would do something different than everybody else is. I think it's really cool, personally. And if there's nothing that differs from him shooting with those clubs to him shooting with other clubs, because as you can see, he's gotten much better in the last few months. Maybe
Well-
I noticed because I watch him on YouTube, but I've noticed the last few months that he's gotten a lot better. Now I don't know if he's using those clubs though. I think those clubs are very new to him. Now, I do know that his driver also had to get approved because his driver head is not a traditional driver head; is a long driver's driver head. Now,
Yeah.
but he has the same shaft that he was using before, so that.
I mean, you're allowed to change your head as long as, like, again, like with the baseball reference, as long as you're not corking the bat. You're allowed to use different head choices.
It can only be so big, like
there's a percentage,
60 cc or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but I personally think that I like the fact that he's trying something new. Whatever he chooses to do with that situation, I don't think that it changes golf to an extent. I mean, he still has to hit the ball. It still has to be struck the correct way.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
So, my opinion at first, like when I read that, because I don't know that the Masters had started yet, my thought was like, okay, well, is this going to give him some kind of unfair advantage, right? Because one, they just got approved 2 days before the Masters, so have they even been properly tested?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Masters starts, and he goes first round, 7 under, leads the Masters, right? And so then, like,
Something's
you're like,
fishy.
yeah, right, bro. So you're like, something doesn't smell right here. And then goes into round 2, shoots 1 over or whatever, still leading at that point, maybe. And then obviously the next 2 rounds lost a couple strokes. So it obviously didn't matter whether or not it was an unfair advantage. This is all assuming these are the clubs that he used for the Masters to begin with.
Yeah.
Right?
Fair.
So if they are, I mean, he didn't win with them, so I obviously there would have been no unfair advantage.
No.
Right? So because he didn't win. Now, had he won, and those were the clubs he was using,
there would have been
then
some.
you're like, hold on, brother. What's going on here, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have raised some like red flags or whatever. But I'm telling you, if those were the clubs he were using, and after the first round, and he was leading at 7 under, people were like, "What's going on here, brother?"
So I do know that when you register, I do know this. When you have to register like your clubs, you're not just registering the clubs that you're going to play for the day. The rules state that you're allowed to carry 13 clubs in your bag, including your putter. That's all you're allowed to carry. You're allowed to register, I think it's up to 26. So like you decide maybe like
it's like 1 breaks or something.
Well, 1 breaks, and then you also decide like, well, you know what? I want to keep my 52 in my bag, but the first round I'm going to play a 54 club just in case, blah, 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 and everything else. So you're allowed to have extra clubs registered. And I believe that when you, like the morning of, like you have to obviously go like, here's my bag, submit it. This is what I'm playing. There you go. Nothing else. So it may have been something where like Bryson played those clubs the first, 1 or 2 days. And then like he decided like, well, I think I'm going to go back to either go back or I want to try different ones to see if maybe, whatever. And instead of the whole like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maybe because like I know he's like a real tinkerer when it comes to like, just the smallest things in golf when it, so like he may have been just trying to like go to something else different that he thought he like, figured out or saw. And maybe that was just the change that killed him. But I mean, who's to say that, like you said, Ryan, who's to say maybe, he left the same clubs and he should have changed. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I know that Tiger has said in a press conference or whatever that like in between rounds, like on a Friday or Saturday, like if he saw something, he would go and like not sand it, but he would go like shave off parts of the club because he would notice that his bounce was just it needed to be a little less bounce. So he'd go and shave off the back of his club to make sure that like he was getting the correct bounce. So like, I mean, Bryson may have the same tendencies where like he just does a little bit of the tinkering and maybe either he did too much or too little. So I think the whole 3D printed club thing, as long as they meet the PGA's seal of approval, I think it might be something worth, what's it called? Because then, like, instead of just, like the way, again, Tiger's checking out his bounce and he's checking out his loft and he's checking out the grooves, like Bryson's working inside. He wants a certain, like he's going, which again, that might be worth it, but then also might just be like, you can take all the thing, like the, how do I want to phrase this? I'm trying to think. A brand new clubs ain't gonna, like $100 upgrade ain't gonna fix a $1 swing. Like maybe
that
he needs to work.
I also heard that there's a couple guys that changed their putter before the tournament, which ended up hurting them. I'm not saying hurting them because I don't really, but Colin changed his putter and he was missing putts that he shouldn't be missing. But again, those greens are not in your favor.
They're not easy. Yeah,
They're not in your favor. Now, I do have a question for you guys because I've been seeing this I saw this on TikTok.
Okay, hold on.
Yes.
I think going back to the 3D printed clubs and Bryson DeChambeau, the timing and
just
then
made it sketch.
Yeah, the timing and then the fact that he was leading after rounds 1 and maybe 2. I don't know if we've confirmed that.
I think he was leading after 2.
Tied, at least.
It's just the timing, dude. 2 days before the Masters starts, and then he leads after the first 2 rounds. It's just
now
odd. Interesting.
I'll say this to you though: he has played very well at Live, which is a 1-day tournament. We did see what he did after the first day, though. He gradually got worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, again, not saying that that's what it was, but maybe fatigue set in for him as well, playing for 4 days instead of playing just the one that they usually do in Live.
I'm trying to see.
I want to say he was tied for first at the end of the second day.
Yeah, I think he was tied for. Because
he was tied with Max. I'm pretty sure. After day 2,
because there's 60. Well, Max had 67. Oh, maybe 2, but they were tied. Yes,
him and Max were tied.
Yes,
after day 2.
I'm trying to do the math here. Yes, he was. They were tied. I think they were tied -6 because Bryson shot +1. He shot 73. So,
and I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken,
Homa shot 2 under.
Yeah, because he was 4 under after the first day.
Yep.
I say the first day, but technically 2 days because he played his first 13 first day, and then the second 6 the next day, or second 5. But my question for you guys is, because I've been seeing this all over my TikTok the last 2 days.
Ew, gross.
A guy said, his question was, do you think you could win the Masters?
Oh, I know.
If you started on the farthest part of the green.
Nope.
But everybody else started at the tee box.
Nope.
And
no way.
And there's multiple people in these comments. Oh yeah, you could just 3-putt all these, sir. You're 100+ feet on some of these holes, by the way.
No way.
I am telling you, I'm still shooting. I'm shooting a 90 every day. There's 0%.
I might break 80. I might break into 80 once if I'm lucky. But no way am I sitting there going, "Oh, this is easy, dude. I'm gonna shoot in the 60s." No way. No way.
Because he then responds to that because somebody said, "Oh, for sure, I'll just 3-putt or 4-putt every hole, which makes me par or even."
I put you at what? If you 3-putt, that puts you at what? 54. No, you ain't no shooting no 54 if you absolutely not.
And I'm like, he goes, mind, and then he responds to the video and he says, "Mind you, some of these greens are 100+ feet that you have to putt from. Yeah. So if you think you're 3-putting from 100 feet, you're very wrong."
No, let alone accurately to where like you won't scream it by. Like you could literally 100-yard putt or 100-foot putt and hit it to the pin, and then it's gonna roll to being 50 more feet away. Yeah. Like no way. I saw that too, and I was almost gonna send it to you, and I was like, yeah, no way.
You're right, Ryan. Your response to this?
Yeah, easy money, dude. Nah.
Yeah.
No, I'm probably not breaking 200 if I'm being honest.
Like,
let alone 100.
Like my thought here is, you go to the hole with these guys, right? Say you're in the pairing that you're in, right? They start at the tee box, and you just walk straight to the green and just set it at the farthest point, right?
You got to think here too. The par threes aren't going to make much of a difference.
No,
because the par threes, the guys are going to be on in one. Like it ain't going to matter.
Yeah,
and they'll probably even be closer than your first putt.
Right. So you're out here trying to get done with your hole as they're coming down the hole, right? The amount of time I watched, them set up their putts this past weekend was probably a full day. In my
oh yeah,
I watched Morikawa step away from his putt 10 to 12 different times to reread what he was gonna do, and I didn't realize that the wind while putting was that much of an issue.
Oh yeah,
either, but it's a big problem apparently.
Well, see, the thing is too is because it's almost like those greens are rolled. Those are rolled. Where so you're not gonna have I'm not saying that where we play at, shout out to Golf Club of Wentzville, they're not. I'm just saying it's if you were to if something was to be on ice, you could potentially blow it with the wind with your and get it to move. That's how well rolled those greens are, to where the wind can move it. That's just how it is.
That's just insane. But
so meanwhile, it's you're sitting there, you got to go, okay, it's going to break left, and then obviously it's going to get down there, it's going to break a little right. And then the fact that you have to think in your head, yeah, but I have the wind behind me pushing me, is insane when you're putting. That's the unfathomable part.
And then I have one more thing I want to bring up, because I thought it was pretty cool, and Tommy Fleetwood praised the guy for it. So Fleetwood's caddy is sick and couldn't come.
Yeah.
So he used an Augusta National caddy as his guy, and he finished in the top 10.
Yeah.
And he gave that guy so much praise for knowing the winds, knowing how the greens were going to roll.
Well, it's think about it. Think about it. If you're going to pick anybody to be your caddy, why not get somebody who has the lay of the land?
Right.
Why not pick some guy? It's he's here every day. He knows that when it's windy, it's gonna be, it's gonna blow because you have a gap of that. Why wouldn't you pick someone else? Why would you get somebody that now again, obviously your own personal caddy is gonna know your game better, but if you can't have your own personal caddy, why not get somebody that knows the lay of the land?
Yeah, because
it's like getting your own Sacagawea. Why not? Yeah,
I know. I just know Tommy Fleetwood was he was phenomenal. And the guy, because Tommy finished in the top 10 with his payday, that guy gets $79,000.
Yeah, because the percentage that they get. Yeah, and then obviously, if Fleetwood wanted to give him a little extra, I'm sure he probably did.
He probably's going to. He's probably going to get him up.
Absolutely.
He's probably going to give him $100K. I guarantee he'll even him out to $100K. Would be my assumption.
Why not top him off?
Just round him up.
Yep.
But I don't know. I liked Ryan's question there about Bryson, because I just think that if again he plays 1-day tournaments, not 4-day, I think his fatigue set in. But he was obviously bombing drives. He was bombing drives, and the announcers were not. I mean, all they did was talk about how he was bombing drives.
Yeah,
I mean, constantly. So, when the wind was at their back, he was they would just be like, okay, we're excited to watch this one.
Yo, whose friggin' baby is this?
No, you can't come up here.
There's a baby on board.
Look at her. She's just climbing away. Just to talk a little bit about our round on Monday, what you guys will see for Saturday. Wes and I were trying to shoot the best score we could.
And we didn't.
And I'm going to be honest, I kind of got shafted a little bit with my putting. I think.
The one I haven't even edited that one yet. That
So we decided on hole 12 which is the downhill par 3 because we played the back 9 again, Ryan.
Yeah.
We get down there, okay, and we're putting off the rip. Like I think we're on the fringe.
Yeah, we were on the
fringe.
Yes, yeah.
West got us on the fringe, right? And
you're talking about that putt. Okay, all right. Yes.
And let me tell you something. We get down to the hole and we just decide, you know what, we're just gonna leave the hole as it is. We're just gonna putt it.
Super lazy. It was super lazy. Yeah.
Well, long story short, there was helicopters on the green. Mm-hmm. And they have the seeds in them.
Didn't brush them off.
We're going for birdie to tie to bring us back to even because we shot one of our holes before, which just not played well.
We let off with a bogey.
So I hit this putt, perfect roll, everything. I am 2 feet from this hole.
It would have gone in.
100%
it would have gone in.
I am 2 feet from this hole. It hits the seed of a helicopter and goes left.
Yeah.
And at an instance, we both go, that was because we were lazy and didn't clean off the green.
And then you'll see there's another one in the back. I think it was also the par 3 again?
There was it was the hole before. No, it was hole
16's the par 3 that's uphill.
Yeah, I would have had one there as well, and then there was
15. It was 15.
It was hole 15.
Okay. Colt or Ryan, the only way I can explain this was if this was the hole, Colt's ball was like this. Like, I don't know how it didn't just go.
When I tried to explain it to you a little bit yesterday, but I didn't want to give it away because I know you'll end up watching the video as well as I will.
I don't know how it didn't go.
I'm like, come on, give me the Tiger Woods, like just fall into the hole or something.
It could have.
Ball. I gave.
It was that close.
I even gave like. I know in when you're like on the tour, you give like 10 to 15 seconds. You have to walk up to your ball.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
And I like
10 even.
I like kind of slow walked up to the ball and was like, come on. Come on.
It didn't. It wasn't moving. That thing, like it wasn't like it didn't stop rolling there. Like that's just where it ended. Like it wasn't like, oh, it just stopped because of and then it's gonna go. Like it went as far as it could and it just I was literally in disbelief.
And I think by far, the hardest hole on that course.
On the back nine or all together?
No, on the back 9 that day was 100% hole 16. They put you in the deep.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They put you in the deep left corner of the tee box, and then the pin is in the far back right.
Ryan, do you remember where you and Chad ended up at?
Yeah, on that hill next to the drain there.
On the right.
So
you would have
silo hole, yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
you would have been like 20 or 15 feet from the hole.
Not even. Your ball would have been a halfway decent shot. It would have been just a tad right. Chad's would have been also a decent shot as well. It would have just been a little bit right of it. But literally the green had like its own little like lump sticking off to the back, and that's where they tucked it. It was terrible. And Colt still, we had a crappy, or not crappy, but it was real short. It wasn't even on the green. But it was well enough that I think we could putt it. I think, right?
No, we putted the second shot. Or the third shot, I should say. That's when I putted the third shot.
I thought you were short.
Yes, and then you chunked.
I chunked terribly.
But we still took your ball because it was sitting on top of the hill. That's when we putted for
putted. That's okay. Yeah, putted for par and then missed it, and then so he almost made par from the fringe. Actually, it might have been the fairway. From the fairway, the exact same thing. I think his putt was like that far short. He just missed it. It was like, man, of all times for him to get dialed in, it was when we were pretty much almost done with the day. But
it was rather
the 15 one. The 15 one was gut wrenching.
That's rough, dude.
It was rough. It was.
I just started editing that hole today. I haven't zoomed in yet to see it, but
it was.
I'm sure it's gonna be bad. I might even freeze frame it and just have it like.
That's just as bad as like that outing we played, Colt.
You hit the 60-footer that lipped.
Yeah, that lipped, and then the one right after that, I left like 3 inches short.
Yeah. Are we talking lipped like like directional
Ye-
change lip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like 4 feet.
Like
Like,
it- like-
lipped it and rolled 4 feet.
Like it hit the cup hard.
And I was like, I don't know that it was 60.
I don't know, dude. You were far.
I'd say we're 40-ish feet out.
That's
Probably.
still a tough putt.
Yeah, hard putt, dude. And I hit it, and I was like, okay, I hit it hard enough. And then it got there, and it lipped and rolled like 4 feet away. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that I hit it that hard. Then the very next hole, same thing, dude, like 40, 45 feet or something like that. Putt it, left it like 3 inches short or something. And I was just like,
It is heartbreaking, right? And that's why it's like anyone.
yeah,
that
when you hit something that far, like a putt that far, you give it such a good read.
and
You get the line,
and
you
it
get
has like such a great
speed.
chance.
Yeah, dude. And then it gets there, and it just stops. It's just like, oh,
Because how are you gonna tell yourself again? It's a far putt. How are you gonna tell yourself? I wish I would have hit it harder. When it's like, let me just grab my driver. Then if you like, that's the only way you would have gotten it there.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I think so. That was just a little slight recap. Colt and I, we tried.
We did try.
It was bad.
Could have been worse.
Oh yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Honestly, we had chances to save ourselves that just didn't.
Nope.
You could tell that I'm working on a part of my game when I don't have a 52 in my hand.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Ryan.
It's not as
Sorry.
no,
but
there's a game I'm like working on trying to like short, like in a short situation of flopping to like get the ball to stop, and like I'm getting like the air time. You know what I mean? I'm getting
he's getting under it. It's getting it under it
with power
far enough,
and I'm just not getting there quite yet. Like I'm getting. Like I'm hitting it and it's going like 10 yards and I can't get it any farther.
I think it's literally, if you watch it, when you watch it, it's literally hole one. He goes to flop it, elevates it correctly. It was because the way the green was, elevates it correctly. It's just, he was like 2 feet short, and it's figuring out that it's like, I have to swing harder. And
I'm just so afraid to like crush it. But like,
that's the hard part.
I've watched a couple videos now since the last couple of days on how to flop. And it's like, oh no, you gotta swing that sucker.
I was gonna say, if you're watching how to flop, don't watch LeBron, but that's my guy. So, I mean, wrong flop.
I mean, same thing.
Yeah,
guy's a baby back. A baby back. He's no Michael Jordan.
He's not. But yeah, no, but it could have been better. Could have been worse. I think after we bogeyed that par 3. I think that was it for us. We were done. It was pretty much just all downhill. But, you'll have it.
And I was lazy. I'm not going to say lazy. I was probably a little fatigued from the weekend because my drives were not as straight. They weren't like as...
Yeah, they weren't as straight as they've been.
Yeah, and they weren't... I wasn't slicing horribly, but they...
Well, that's the thing, too. And you even said it. You were like, so many softball swings. Like it's like you almost lost your golf swing for a moment. So, I mean, it happens.
A lot of backside boogies this past weekend. What I was what I was on. So
it's about friggin' time, dude.
I am so happy.
I have been talking to you about that for years. I'm like, brother, you would get so many extra bases if you did this more often.
I'll be honest.
And like,
I'll be honest.
And you just haven't been doing it.
Ryan and them come walking down. We had just started our game. Ryan and them had just played back-to-back games, won their first game by 15. Coming up, ended up getting
made that team look silly, and then turned around
and got made look silly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just softball for you. And it happens.
My neck.
It happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it does happen. But then so Ryan and the boys came walking down to watch us play, and I'll be honest, we were not playing great. At this point, we had not made any errors defensively yet in the tournament coming into Sunday. So we played 3 games on Saturday, but no, our team is known for defense. Like we could be like 10 we could score 10 runs in a game, but we're not going to give up 10 because our defense makes plays.
Okay,
our defense in 1 inning dropped a fly ball, missed a line drive, like caught the line drive, but fell out of their glove.
Yeah.
Threw a ball away.
He's playing with us this weekend too, by the way. That did that, but go on.
By the way, he's probably one of the better shortstops around. And that's nothing. Tanner's very, very good.
Everyone has it.
And then we threw a ball away, and then we didn't catch, or we didn't get to the base fast enough to get the guy out at second because they.
And then the same inning didn't said person didn't he like 3-hop into first base and the guy legged it out and was safe?
Yes.
Was that same inning?
Yeah, same inning. So five errors in the same, because when you're playing on turf, you're supposed to skip the ball.
Oh, okay. Now I'm sitting there and I'm like 3-hopped.
Yeah, when you play on turf,
deep in okay.
When you play on turf, we skip
turf.
It.
I played college on turf, so you can just throw it and it's going to be a solid. Yeah, I get it.
So we skip it up, and the guy who plays first for us is 6'10". So like, we have like, we can throw it basically anywhere, and he's going to catch it. So we're not. It's kind of wild because at this point in time, we're only tied 7-7. Like we should have been losing by a lot at this point. We come in, first two guys. I think it was first guy flies out. Maha walks.
Would you hurry up? Get to the point.
What's
his back nine bogeys thing?
Huh?
Ryan said something
about backside boogies.
Oh, backside book.
But yes, backside boogies.
I thought he said back nine bogeys.
No, backside boogies. Because I have never been able to hit the ball backside in my whole entire my whole softball.
I definitely thought he said back nine bogeys,
no,
and I was like,
I've never been able to hit the ball backside in my entire softball career.
Gotcha.
Really? No, like this is the first year I've been able to like actually hit the ball backside consistently so far. And again, guy on first base, 2 outs, and I plug a ball probably 10 feet from the line, and the right fielder misplays it inside the park home run, catapults us.
Instantly, the minute you said right field line, I'm like, this is at least a triple in my head.
Well, it catapults us to a point where I batted again in the inning. 2 outs.
Hey, there you go.
2 outs. We scored, 11, and it turned the whole day around. We ended up losing 3 games later to we just didn't hit anymore. Fatigue, probably. I don't know.
All right. Well, yeah. So then, hopefully, Ryan, your neck should be good by then, right? Do you guys play softball this weekend?
Yeah. The plan is to play this weekend, but okay. I should be good for Monday.
Well, I hope so. Maybe just take it easy.
This Monday.
Yeah,
this
Monday.
Just
swing my purse
what are the
weekend.
plans?
Oh yeah, that's right. Hang on, that's right. Monday. Colt mentioned that we may not play Monday.
We may not play Monday.
Why?
I am going to the Cardinals game with my son.
Did you get asked, Ryan? Because I didn't. This is total bullcrap.
Me, Joy,
going to a Cardinals game with who?
Me, Noah, and Joy are all going to the Cardinals game on Monday.
You said with your son?
Yes. Good.
I think he should just leave Joy and them at home and just take us. But whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
She okay. First of all, she won the tickets from her job, so I can't kick her out of the thing.
I mean, she can't kick you out if you actually have the tickets. I mean, like physical copy.
True, but I'll make sure of it. But I'm okay to play on Tuesday. You guys can play on Tuesday,
and I can play Tuesday because softball for me is late, so I just won't go.
The softball?
Yeah, they play 8:30 and 9:30, so I couldn't even go.
Yeah, Tuesday should be fine.
Okay, then I'll email Rick and let him know that we're going to be there a day later.
Okay, and then I'm guessing next month will be when we do the fun one then, because we can play like whatever we want to do.
We can do the fun one on Tuesday.
Got to talk to them, I guess.
Yeah, I just got to talk to the cart girl.
Have we done? The Crew Cup this month?
No, that'll be the 29th.
No, we haven't.
Are we setting like a weekend?
Yeah, we're gonna basically do the last Monday or Tuesday of every week or every month.
The last Monday of every month.
Maybe we said that before. I don't remember.
You're fine. Yeah, the last Monday of every month will be towards the cup, which I still have the scorecard and I still have the strokes that we're all at. Excuse me. So I got the numbers of what we're at. It's not too far off for the first round, so anyone could literally jump up.
Now that we've played both front and back, I think we should go off of if there's people on the front 9, if there's people on the back 9.
Well, we've
in front
played
of
the
us.
front. We
I'm-
played the front.
I'm saying like since we've now played the back, I'm okay
Yeah.
to play the back.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, since we've already played the front for the crew cup, let's go to the back. That way it's even.
Yeah.
So
Sounds good to me.
alrighty.
guys.
Well, that's it for us. I'll close. I got the closeout. This is crew golf. Sorry we kept you a little longer than you needed, but you'll have that. You're gonna sit and listen anyway. But that's it for me. I'm Wesley.
And I'm Colt.
I'm Ryan.
Hopefully you guys tune in tomorrow, if you will, because this will be out Friday. Tune in tomorrow. Watch Colt and I play like a bunch of idiots. But and then next week, I think next week's gonna be the fun round.
And
I like fun.
Who doesn't? Unless you have to pay extra for it. But who knows?
Sure.
That's it, guys, for us. We'll see you guys next week.
Okay,
Peace.
so yep.
Peace.